All right, we are recording, so here we go with the introduction. Hey,
You don't have. You can just do the intro. No, Greg.
Talking about lettuce.
Greg.
what's up?
The intro to the intro was more exciting than the actual intro. Why did
So
you bring
maybe I
it
should
down so
try to
much?
match that energy. Try to match the
about
intro
lettuce.
energy.
Yeah.
All right, you know what?
Yeah.
We're gonna just go. The music stopped. We're gonna go ahead and just start it again. We're gonna go ahead and
Okay.
just start again.
All right.
Here
All
we
right.
go.
Okay, go for it.
Woo! Yeah!
Lettuce.
Oh, it's two guys, and they talk about lettuce, and it's amazing. My name is Greg.
You know, actually, I like that intro.
you really?
My name is Craig. My name is Craig. Yeah.
All right, good. I love that we're on a first name basis now. I feel like you and I know each
Yeah.
other well enough. Hang on a second. There's something weird going on with my shirt collar. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Those of you on YouTube
Uh-oh.
can enjoy this. Those of you listening just have to imagine what's happening. I don't know what's going on here.
I mean, I wouldn't have thought of anything except now that you pointed it out. Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's
horrible.
awful and it's an embarrassing thing. But let's
Yeah.
just keep moving on.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, you have some. Okay,
Huh?
you have something to say. You have something to say.
Yeah. Let me just say something.
Okay.
I am so excited to hear what you're about to say.
Jesus. Okay. Well, guess what?
What?
There is some interesting lettuce news that I just saw. I saw a headline for, but I didn't read anything about.
Thank God.
UMN, University of Minnesota, students gather for annual lettuce eating competition.
Wow. And they try to see
Yeah.
how little lettuce they can eat.
That would be,
I only
that would
had
be-
half a bite. Did I win?
That wouldn't be very much of a competition, Greg.
I mean, it's the type
but-
of lettuce competition I would love to be in, though. Like how
I
little.
feel like I win that. I win that every day almost.
Well, yeah, but you have to eat some lettuce, but you have to eat the smallest amount of lettuce possible.
Okay. Well, I guess I lose that every day
Yeah.
then, almost. But Ethan Lai, a third-year human physiology major,
But
was
they're
crowned-
human. You said they're human. They're like a human being.
Yeah, human physiology major.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Was-
clarifying that they're a human. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Was crowned this year's head lettuce, eating his head of lettuce in 3 minutes and 32 seconds. He had
Head
a whole
lettuce.
head of lettuce.
He's a head lettuce. Mm-hmm. He's the head of lettuce heads.
Yeah. Listen, we here at Two Guys Talking About Lettuce give you a big congratulations, Ethan Lai.
Congratulations, Ethan, and that ain't no lie. Hey, you know what I was just
Oh.
thinking? Lettuce heads is a great name, like a nickname for the listeners of this podcast. It's like deadheads who
Oh.
love the Grateful Dead, but you guys listening, you're lettuce heads.
So this what took us like 130 episodes to figure that
Why
out?
did it take us so many episodes to figure that out? We should have been greeting them like, hey, lettuce heads, welcome.
Oh, my God.
Every time we should have done that.
Oh my God, we have to go back. We have to re-record.
Well, you know what? I think that just so
Yeah.
we'll remember that this is the episode, I'm going to call this episode Hey Lettuce Heads.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, that way we know. This is the episode that we invented the thing, which everyone will be known from now on for
Everyone.
have.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
Yeah, ev, but have. I think I
Yeah.
used extra words that I didn't need to use.
yeah, you did. You got lost. I think you didn't know what word to say, and then you just said a bunch of them to try to cover your bases.
I did. Sometimes I throw in
Yeah.
extra words. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
in case anybody can use these words, I'm going to throw these in
Yeah.
there.
Sure, yeah.
I am so glad that you started us off with good news because it really counterbalances the bad news from this week. So
Uh-oh.
I'm really glad that you started with good news. You heard the bad, frankly terrible health news this week, didn't you?
I'm not sure.
Well, the computer operating system DOS got MS.
Yeah. What? Greg.
That would hurt, huh? That
Why
would
did- why
hurt.
did-
Did that one hurt?
Yeah, a lot actually.
I just feel terrible for it. You know, that's a horrible disease.
Why did that happen this week?
Yeah, just this
'cause
week.
I feel like
I just
feel
found
like
out.
I've-
Well, I just found out this week. I just found out that DOS
Okay.
has MS. And it's so rude.
Yeah.
People are actually calling it now MS DOS, and I feel like that's just
Yeah.
rude.
That's been happening for decades.
You
I
know,
believe.
people didn't say
So,
like, "Oh, hey, look,
yeah.
it's MS Richard Pryor." And the people didn't do that. They like that's just rude.
Sure, yeah. No, it's not, Greg. It's an operating system. It's,
You know, what I just realized
What?
Richard Pryor. Pryor rhymes with fire, which is what he set himself on. Wow, does anybody remember that? Is anyone here listening old enough to remember when Richard Pryor set himself on fire?
And it's okay. You can joke about that because he joked about that.
He joked about it, and he's dead now, so
Yeah.
it's fine. He didn't die from the fire, and that, if he died from
No.
the fire, then you wouldn't really joke about it. But that was what you
Yeah.
call that's what you call Pryor fire. It's a
Yeah,
fire that previously happened to Richard Pryor.
Yeah, it happened. Yeah.
It's a very specific name for that type of fire. It's called a Pryor
You know,
fire.
it is like most things happened prior with regard to Richard Pryor. I mean, everything.
Yeah, I mean
actually.
most things that happened to us happened prior. The only thing that's
Yeah.
that didn't happen prior is the thing that's happening right this second.
But no, that's already prior now.
Now it's prior. You're right. So
Yeah.
we have priors, is what you're saying. We could be
Well,
arrested.
no, that's not exactly what I'm saying.
not what
but
you mean?
Also, my wife just came home.
Your wife?
Yeah, she did. But she's upstairs. I don't know if she's coming down here. I don't know. I just heard her come in.
Well, I
So-
hope she does, because if she doesn't want to see her new haircut. And by the way, I'm looking at this thing that's sticking up right here, and I'm realizing I think your wife did it right, because she doesn't have
Oh,
to
yeah.
deal with this. Oh, my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Here comes your wife. Oh, my
There's
God.
my
She
wife.
she can put glasses on her head now.
She can put glasses on her head now.
That's amazing.
Can you hear Greg?
Wow.
A little.
Okay.
Wow.
Hi, Gregory.
You're
Hi.
on a podcast about lettuce.
Hi,
Right now.
China.
I
Hi, China.
ate lettuce yesterday.
You did?
She ate lettuce prior.
Oh, my God.
That was a very appropriate thing to say, China. Well
You know,
done.
you know what's great about having short hair like that is it feels so good. You take lettuce and you can rub it on your head, and it just feels
That's
so
what I
nice.
did. That's what
Yeah.
I did before I ate it.
Yeah.
I just like a little, little schmutz.
Yeah,
Yeah. It really
Oh.
gets the head lice out. It really does.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just added protein.
Yeah.
Yeah, added protein.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Wow,
Sure.
that is so great. Well, and
Oh, bye.
heart to you also. She
Heart.
gave me a little heart symbol,
She did.
which I think means she loves me, which is a little
Well-
weird because you were right there when she did
well,
it.
I wouldn't think it's like a romantic thing, Greg. I think.
I think that she feels some sort of romantic love for me, and frankly, that's
Okay,
inappropriate.
wow.
I'm a married man, and
I mean,
although
Greg,
I
you should-
appreciate the gesture,
you
I
should
don't
keep these
feel that's
thoughts to
appropriate.
yourself. You should.
And listen, I can't help
Yeah.
I can't help react when she like gives a romantic gesture to me. She said I love you. She literally said
yeah.
I love you, Greg Benson. And I'm
Well,
like,
she just-
your husband's right there.
There's such thing as platonic love, Greg. There's
Is there?
yes.
Craig, do you platonic love me?
I kind of do. Yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. I like you as a friend.
Wow. I mean, I will take that as platonic love. I'll take that to
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say it's the same thing. This
Yeah.
episode, we have a sponsor again. I'm so excited. This episode is sponsored by Steve. He's a pretty good guy,
Okay.
that Steve.
So this is when you didn't prepare an a sponsor, did you? You didn't prepare
No,
one.
I did.
You're just making
That's
this up.
no. That was the whole thing. Steve just said.
Steve.
Steve said, I want to sponsor it, and he said this is the ad copy, and the ad copy is he's a pretty good guy, comma that Steve, period.
Okay, but is he paying? Is he paying us?
Not yet. I don't know if he's going to, but
It's not really a sponsor. Then that's just a shout out. We just
But I
call
mean,
that a
maybe I'll
shout-out.
take him out. We'll buy him a burger or something. See?
Okay, sure, but
there's
it's still
that.
a shout out. That's just being a friend. Then that's just being a nice person.
Okay, well, I'm a nice person. I'll be honest with you. I don't really know Steve. I wouldn't really call him a friend.
Okay,
Apparently he's a
Yeah,
pretty
all
good guy because it says so in the ad copy.
sure.
But
yeah,
really, can you believe everything that you hear in commercials? I don't think you can.
no, I don't think so either. But this wasn't a commercial either. This was it. Did you get this by email or what? What? How did he contact you?
Thought waves.
Thought waves. Oh, cool. So you assumed a guy named Steve was a pretty good guy,
I
and
got
you
it
wanted
by
everyone to know.
I didn't. It didn't assume it. It appeared in my brain via thought waves.
Oh, then how can you take this person out later? How can you do that?
I don't know. I guess he's gonna just stop by, and I'll be like, "Great, Steve, let's go get a burger," and I'll buy him a burger. And
So
I'm
when
gonna
you
buy
say
him. One,
thought-
I'm gonna buy him one of those gold leaf burgers that cost like $1,200. Like the most expensive burger in the whole world, made with gold leaf
Wow.
on it,
Wow.
something like that.
So this sponsor is actually costing money. Quite
Yeah,
a
but
bit of
I
money.
figure
Yeah.
we've made so much from the other sponsorships. I mean, what are we going to do with all that money? If you can't spend it and enjoy yourself, then
Sure,
what's the
but
point of making money?
We didn't, Greg. We didn't actually get any other sponsors.
Maybe you didn't.
Well, this is my podcast as well.
Okay. Whatever, man.
Okay. All right. You think this is your podcast?
Oh, yeah. Okay, fine.
Okay.
No, sure, it's your podcast. It's fine. It's your podcast as well. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's good.
Oh,
So you're wearing a thing that says Wisconsin Film. Is that a new T-shirt? Wisconsin Film Festival? That's a new T-shirt, right?
yeah, they gave it out for free at the Wisconsin Film Festival.
That's great. How much did you have to pay for it?
It was free. But it does cost money to apply to be in the festival.
Of course
so
it does. What'd you send them? $60?
I don't remember.
Come on.
how much it was.
Look up your.
I don't.
Look up how much you paid them. See if you can find that in your email, like a receipt or something.
I mean,
let
I'd
us
have
know
to
exact-
dig.
the exact
I don't
amount.
really. I didn't. I
you
don't.
just
It went
search
through.
keywords?
We went through filmfreeway.org.
Yeah.
.com?
Did you
.com?
did you use that to submit a bunch of festivals?
Yes. Yes.
So how much money did
And-
you spend submitting to film festivals? Just total.
Not a lot. I don't know.
You know,
in the low hundreds. I don't
the
know.
low hundreds. So like
Yeah.
900.
No, that's the high hundreds.
Oh, so now it's the high hundreds. Okay.
No. That's what 900 is.
That's
Yeah.
what you said. $900. Okay, great. 900 is a
about
lot. Like
about $900.
that's a lot of money.
It is. It's. I mean, relatively. It depends on what you're comparing it to. Because
Well, let's say that you like go to McDonald's to get one of those delicious Big Macs. Everybody loves a Big Mac, don't they?
I mean,
So,
I doubt
so
it.
delicious.
But
I personally don't care for them. I think they're horrible. But that's just me.
okay, but
Everybody
you said
else,
everybody.
everybody else loves. But they've sold something like they have a sign in the front that says over 2,000 burgers served or something like. I don't know what the exact number is.
You,
But I think it's like
you have a numbers issue today. You have a real numbers issue.
I love numbers. I've always been a big fan of numbers. You
Sure.
know one of my
Yeah.
favorite numbers is H. I've always thought that's a really good number.
That's a letter. That's not even a Roman numeral. I don't think so.
Shoot.
Yeah.
So H is a
letter.
letter.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about B?
Like how
B, B's a good
many
number.
would H be?
about-
How many is H?
It's just like I need to go get some eggs. How many eggs are you gonna get? Probably H. How about B?
No.
B's a number. B's my favorite number.
No, and I'm not sure that's a Roman numeral either. So, is it? I don't think so. Nope, that's not a number. B.
W. That's a number.
Nope. You're saying
Okay.
letters, Greg. You're just saying
Okay.
letters.
All right. Look.
So before you say them, think: is this a letter? And then it's not
Okay.
a number if it's a letter.
All right.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me think.
Unless it's a Roman numeral.
Okay. Hang on. Okay. I got one.
Okay.
F.
No, you can go F yourself as far as I'm concerned when it comes to numbers.
That was clever writing. When did you write that joke?
I that was just off the top of my head.
What? It was an ad lib. That was so
well,
good.
it was thought waves. Thought waves. Steve may have told me.
Steve sent it to you through Thought Waves. That guy's good.
Yeah.
You need to buy
Yeah.
him a $1,200 burger next time.
No, I don't think so. I didn't have a Big Mac for years. I used to like them, and then I had one not that long ago, and it was pretty good. And then I felt terrible afterwards. I felt bad.
I wouldn't say it's pretty good. I'd say that they are awful. I'd say that Big Macs are just awful burgers.
I wouldn't go that far.
They're
I wouldn't go that
terrible.
far. Okay, all right. There are millions of people who like them, Greg.
I know. As I said, they have
Yeah.
they have a sign out front that says over H served. They've served so many of those.
So H is a very high number, then, is what you're saying.
Not necessarily. I mean, you could say over one served, and it could be like maybe you served 6 billion, but that's over one.
Sure.
So you don't know what the exact number is. You just know that it's greater than 1 or greater than 8.
Well, H is the one on the periodic table of elements.
Is
So,
it really?
Right? I believe so.
That's short for hydrogen.
Yes.
See,
Yeah,
I
it
know my periodic elements. SN 10. Look at that.
You got another one?
No, I only know those two.
Oh, okay. So, okay. How many are there these days?
11.
No, there's more than 11.
I think there's only 11.
How many elements on the periodic table? 118. Okay.
Well, I got the first two numbers right. 118 starts with 11, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so you just add an extra 8 or whatever after that. So basically the answer is 11, 8.
Okay. Yeah,
So
great.
I was really close. I'm just so glad you guys are listening to this because this is important stuff we're talking about.
This is
I
math.
I feel like we have been recording this episode now for nearly an hour, and it's only been 15 minutes.
That's a good sign. That's always a good sign.
Is it because we've covered so much stuff?
I think that's why. It's because it's so dense. So dense. You're so dense, Greg.
I really am. Well,
Yeah.
I've got something that I think people are really going to enjoy, and I've been working on my impressions. And my impressions, as you know, I'm well known for my impressions. Everybody's like, "Oh, Greg Benson does the greatest impressions."
I mean, you do impressions.
I do, of course I do. I can impersonate absolutely anyone, and that is someone who's famous, someone who's not famous, a celebrity, someone who's not a celebrity, someone who's well known, or maybe even someone who's not well known.
You're just saying the same thing over and over again.
Someone
Yeah.
who says the same thing over and over again, or someone who doesn't say the same thing over and over again. Like
So all you needed to do is say everybody. That's all you didn't need.
I can impersonate everybody. So I'm going to give you the chance to name 3 people one at a time, and I will do impressions for you, and I'm going to knock your socks off. You better staple your socks to your leg, man. And that goes to for all of you men listening. Staple your socks to your legs because they're about to get knocked off.
Why men? Why just men?
Women don't wear socks.
Oh.
Yeah,
didn't know
it's been medically proven women don't wear socks.
Oh. Medically.
Medically, yeah.
Like how do they prove it? Like a blood test?
Doctors
or what?
proved it
Like
doctors proved it with science.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you're doing an impression?
Yeah, give me one. Anybody. Can be anybody. Again, famous or not famous.
Okay. My friend Nathan.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Craig. Hey, maybe tomorrow you want to go get some cheeseburgers? My name's Nathan.
Spot on.
Yeah?
Spot on.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I'm very good. I'm very good.
Even
All
got
right.
the like little lisp he has.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Give me another one.
Okay. How about Paul Newman?
Paul Newman, famous actor. Let's say
Yeah.
you've gone to a party. This is back when Paul Newman was alive, and you run into Paul Newman. And just for the sake of argument, we'll say that you guys already know each other. Okay. Paul Newman comes up to you, and he sounds like this. Hey, Craig. Hey, I'm Paul Newman. What do you want? Tomorrow you want me to go get some cheeseburgers?
Are you like a Paul Newman lookalike?
I'm Paul
What's,
Newman. I'm Paul Newman.
No.
I'm Paul Newman. I was in Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah.
I'm
Why
Paul-
do you show
all
your
right.
teeth so much when you talk?
I'm Paul Newman. I make salad dressing.
Is that? Are you wearing fake teeth?
No,
What's going on?
no, it's my regular teeth. I'm Paul Newman. I make salad dressing. You could put dressing on your salad.
Yeah. That's you know that look right there. That you look like Mike. You look like Austin Powers. Like that's a Austin Powers face right there. That's what that
the end
was.
of- yeah. Well, sometimes Paul Newman was a big Austin Powers fan, so he would do that.
Yeah.
He'd do that look.
Yeah.
All right, one more. Yeah. Oh, hey, Mr. Newman. Oh my God, I didn't know you were.
No.
Oh, that's you, Craig. Oh my God,
That's
that was
just
so
me.
good. Yeah.
Paul Newman's not known for showing his upper teeth that much. I don't think. I don't.
He might be. He might be
Okay.
now. I imagine now
Okay.
his upper teeth show more than they used to.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Decomposition and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, another one. You got one?
Last
you
one.
Want
Last
more?
one. Last
Okay.
one.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay, is this the actor or the accountant in Phoenix?
The actor. The actor.
You know what? I'm going to mix it up a little bit, and I'm going to do the
Okay.
accountant in Phoenix.
Okay, I don't even know that that's a thing.
Yeah, there's an accountant in Phoenix named Arnold
Okay.
Schwarzenegger,
Okay.
and he sounds like this. If you run into him at a party and he already knows you,
Okay.
I think you know where this is going.
I don't. I really have no. I'm going to stay open minded.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Craig. I am Arnold Schwarzenegger, the accountant in Phoenix. I'm going to do your taxes for you, Craig.
Oh,
Craig,
famous-
I shall
famous
do your taxes for you.
Phoenix accent.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. If you want your taxes done, just get in the chopper. Get in the chopper.
Okay, why would I go to a chopper to get my taxes done?
That's where his office is located. It's in a chopper.
It's in a helicopter? His
Yeah, but it
office?
doesn't fly. It's an old helicopter. It doesn't fly anymore. But
Okay.
you know how sometimes you go to a restaurant that's located like in a train car, and you're like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm eating a burger in a train car. This is amazing.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Or, hey, I'm eating a chicken sandwich in a train car. Wow.
Sure, same thing,
Or,
yeah.
hey, look at me. I'm eating like a sliced turkey sandwich in a train
Yeah.
car. You know?
You're not describing the experience anymore by doing that. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Or, hey, I'm having a veggie burger in a train car. You know?
Yep, these examples are adding nothing. Yeah, okay.
So
Sure.
You kind of see where I'm going with that, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's a guy. His office is just he found like an old helicopter that had been abandoned.
Yeah.
Does not operate anymore, as far as he can tell, because he's not a helicopter pilot. He doesn't know how to. He didn't even have the keys for it.
Right. Right.
But he just found this helicopter just sitting there on the tarmac at the Phoenix airport, and so every morning he breaks in, goes over to it, does his work there, meets
Yeah.
with clients. You know.
Sure. So he's an accountant. Now that accent, where is he from originally? Because that doesn't sound like Phoenix.
No, have you been to Phoenix?
I have been to
Yeah,
Phoenix. Yeah.
why they'll talk like that.
No.
Yeah,
No.
that's how they talk in Phoenix.
No, they just kind of have a kind of standard English American accent in Phoenix.
So you're telling me that I got it wrong?
Yeah, you got it way wrong. Way wrong.
Let me just try that again. Hang on a second.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Craig. Hey,
God.
I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger, the accountant in Phoenix. You want to go get some cheeseburgers tomorrow?
And that's probably closer to what an accent you would find
Okay.
there. But
Okay, good. I think I got it then.
sure.
Let's just say that I nailed all three of them and we're good. Now it's time for the
Okay.
Patreon only bonus section, which starts right now.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
That's the end of the Patreon only bonus section. It was very special.
that was multiple locations. That bonus section. That was amazing.
We did several things during that bonus section that we never have done before.
I don't know
And-
that anyone has ever done on a microphone before.
I mean, and let's not tell the regular people what we did, because I feel like if they want to know, it's going to cost them $3. They're going to
Yes.
have to go pay their $3,
Yeah.
and then they can listen to all the Patreon bonus sections. That's what you get for $3.
At this point, that's probably hours of entertainment.
That's hours of extra entertainment just for you guys.
Yeah. I wonder how long that would be. We got
Well, it's about 3 minutes each time, and we've done 745 episodes.
no, we haven't.
What
We've
episode
done
is
what,
this?
100 and what?
I'm
30?
gonna look it up. Hang on a second. I'm opening up a thing right now.
I'm looking it up.
I'm
looking
looking.
it up.
No,
too.
I'm looking it up.
I'm looking.
Let's
I'm
see
looking
who
it up.
can get the answer first.
137.
138. This is 138 we're doing right now.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So let's just say if I open up the calculator and do
I'm gonna open up the
138
calculator.
times 3, that's 414 minutes divided by 60. That is nearly 7 hours of bonus content.
Oh my God. What?
For $3, you guys, you can get 7 hours of bonus
We have
content.
spent 7 hours in the Patreon only bonus section.
That's really special.
Wow.
I mean, that's
Probably
when you-
longer. Some of them are longer. Some of them
Yeah,
are shorter.
and some of them are shorter. So
That's true.
let's say they're an average of 3 minutes. You're right. Sometimes we go
Okay.
4 minutes. Sometimes we just
Yeah.
do 2 minutes.
That's true.
but it's always an average of 3 minutes exactly.
Well, it's an average of 3 minutes.
We're
but that
very
doesn't mean
precise.
it doesn't mean it's always the average. Yeah.
I think it does.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it does.
okay.
But I don't know everything. I don't want to pretend to be the guy who knows everything. You know what I mean? I'll leave that up to
Who's the guy?
Steve.
Oh, Steve.
Yeah,
Steve's the
Steve,
guy.
our
He
sponsor.
knows everything?
Yeah, he's a
knows
pretty good
everything?
guy. He's a pretty good guy.
When you
That's
say he knows
Steve.
everything, that means he knows like everything that happened, everything that will happen?
He might. He just might.
Oh, so you don't know for sure.
Okay.
Well, he knows.
I have something that's actually going to be helpful to all the students listening, because I know a lot of students listen. You know, obviously Megan is a big fan of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. She listens to, at least a third of the episodes. So she might listen to this, and she is a student at college. So I want to help all the students, because you're probably all wondering how to pass every test that you take without studying.
Oh, yeah. I would have loved that.
I mean, what student does in no matter what grade you're in, what age you are, if you have a test to take, normally you do a lot of studying, right?
Oh, yeah.
Here's how to without cheating, how to pass every test without studying.
I got to imagine it's cheating in some way.
Nope.
It's,
No cheating.
yeah.
Step 1, study as much as you can. I mean, spend days, weeks, hours every day, months studying. And
hours is shorter than weeks. Yeah,
spend
okay.
even more than weeks. Spend hours, minutes even, studying. Do all the studying that you can so
Yeah,
that you really
sure.
have learned everything and you are prepared to answer any question.
Yeah. Okay, that's studying. Yeah.
That's step 1. Step 2, get the answers illegally from the
okay.
teacher's
So that's
desk,
cheating. Yeah. yeah.
or
okay.
from the internet or whatever. Bring them
cheating.
in,
Yeah.
hide them somehow, and cheat to answer all the questions and get them all right.
That's cheating. Yeah.
Yeah. And then step 3, bribe your professor with money
Okay.
to give you a really good grade. Your
That's like-
teacher or professor, give them money. And
Probably straight up illegal.
if
Yeah,
bribes
but-
don't work, threaten their family. Say,
Oh my God.
Say, do you like having a family? Oh, well, then I better get an A. That's all I'm saying. If you like
Wow.
having a family,
Okay.
So
that's threatening violence. That's
yeah,
blackmail
I mean, just
and bribery and
you don't have to do all 3 of these steps, but
Sure.
if you do at least 2 of these steps, you're going to do really well.
Well, the 2 and 3 you don't have to study, so that's pretty good. But
Nobody likes studying.
but that is cheating. You said no cheating as well, no studying or cheating, and I don't see any option here that is no studying or no cheating. So
Okay. I feel like you're being a stickler now for the rules. I feel like
No, you know what?
You're all about rules.
I want to confess something. I just remembered that
Yeah.
I did this.
Yes,
I
please.
think it was like freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
A friend had somehow got a copy of the key to a school and to a classroom
Yeah.
and broke in and got the final test
Yeah.
and gave me a copy of it
Yeah.
for my Spanish class.
And
And I did well on the test because of it. I cheated.
okay. I have the same story,
Okay.
except in my story,
Yeah.
I was the one who took the key and I got caught. Okay, you ready? Okay.
Oh no. Oh
So-
no.
So you know how in high school sometimes I think they probably still do this. Sometimes they're like, "Oh, are you a coach? Oh, do you coach football? Then you should teach biology." You know how they do that? Oh,
Yeah.
coaches are going to make the best teachers. Yeah, now you're
Sure.
going to be a biology teacher as well as a coach. So they had this guy, and I don't know, he's just some dumb guy. He's probably dead by now. Anyway, I went to high school a long time ago, back in the 80s.
Sure.
The guy's probably
True.
dead. Anyway,
Several of my teachers are probably dead as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Coach, I forget his name. Let's just call him Coach Dumbass. So Coach Dumbass,
Wow. It sounds like you really liked this guy.
he used to be so lazy that he would only give us tests that were right from the teacher's edition of the book.
Yeah.
He would never other teachers would they'd take that, but then they'd write their own tests. So they're not just using the prefabricated test with the key in the back of the book. And then he would leave that book just sitting on his desk every day. And he had hall duty every morning, so I would have a lookout who would stand near the front door and would give me a symbol, a signal or a symbol, sometimes a symbol.
Well, like what? Like a yin yang or like
like usually like a yin yang or like the happy sad drama faces, that sort of thing.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So anyway, he'd give me those. He'd draw that real quick if the coach was coming. So I would go there and I would go and get the key, and then I would share it with some friends, and we'd all do very well in the tests. And after I did this maybe 3 or 4 times.
Wow, this is a lot of times. You were pushing your luck.
Oh, absolutely, pushing my luck, but doing really well in the class. But after a few of those times, I'm going over to the desk to do the thing, and I get the symbol, the yin yang, happy sad drama faces drawn for my friend. He's like, "Coach is," and he also started yelling, "Coach is coming! Stop looking at the key in the book!" And
well, that's probably not a good thing to yell.
That was our code. Those were our code words.
Okay.
So he gave me the code words.
It's good to have identifiable code words.
And so I quickly put the book back down on his desk the same exact way that I got it.
Now, before we get to the conclusion, did you intentionally get questions wrong sometimes, or did you just like ace it every time?
I would get like 1 or 2 wrong. I do very, very well, but I get 1 or 2 wrong. Yeah. So I'd always get an A. So anyway, so then the coach is coming, so then I moved over into the classroom where there were a couple of students already waiting for class to begin, kids that I didn't know. And then I just went over and started talking to one of them like I was just there to visit a friend. And then he came in the room, walked right over to his desk and said, "Who moved my book? Who's been looking at my book?"
Oh, dear.
Because he suspected that there was somebody. And I looked up and I was like, I don't know, we're just talking. I'm just talking here with my friend Adolf, because I don't know the person's. I didn't know what her name was.
So this girl, you chose the name Adolf.
I didn't know what her name was, so I had to pretend
Adolf,
that I knew her, and I'm like, I'm just talking to my friend.
I think in any situation, you don't choose Adolf. You don't. You don't
understand. It's not the same name as the. I made up a whole name. I'm just talking to my friend here, Adolf Hilter, is what I said. Yeah.
Oh, so you're just making this up now. You didn't actually say that then, is what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying that's what I said then.
Oh.
And I'm saying it now.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, I don't. You could have just not said her name. You could have just said I'm just talking.
Probably would have been smarter. So anyway, so I denied, and then he's like, all right, and then I left the room, and he interrogated the other couple of students that were sitting in there, and they gave me up. They're like, yeah. Is that tall guy with curly hair?
Well,
yeah.
Did you really not know them? Was it your school?
No, I didn't
really
know
big?
them. I didn't know them. I just go in there and like get the answers, write them down real quick, and then run out of the room.
Well, of course they're going to give you up. They don't want to get in trouble.
They gave me up. They ratted me out, as they say.
What were they going to do?
They narked on me to the feds.
I would have absolutely narked on you.
Okay,
so all of a sudden, some kid comes in and cheats, and then I get in trouble. Of course, I'm gonna.
But hang on, the story gets better. You're gonna love this part of the story.
Okay.
So later that day, when I had the class, I go into the biology class, and there's Coach Dumbass, and he said, "You're in a lot of trouble, Greg." He was in Texas, so he was in Texas, so he talked like this.
Yeah.
"You're in a lot of trouble, Greg."
Oh my God! Oh wow!
I talked to Adolf Hilter, and
and he thought that was their name.
He
thought,
the other people in this class, and they told me the tall guy with curly hair is the one who's been coming in, stealing the answers. Dickety-dickety-doo. Bickety-bickety-boo.
I've been to the South many times.
Dickety-boo. I'm a coach. I'm not a good teacher. Dickety-boop-de-bee.
This is why they take so long to talk, because they add so many extra nonsense words, and then they say who they are, and what they do.
They keep saying how dumb they are. Look at me, I'm dumb. Oh, I got a ham sandwich in my underarm. That's how dumb I am.
Yeah, they talk about what they're carrying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway,
but you can do that because you're from Texas.
But
so
here's
that's
just how Texans talk. Here's the true ending of the story. He told me that I was in a lot of trouble, and he said he told me that I need to go home and tell my parents what I did. And I said, Okay. He told me to go home and tell my parents what I did. So
Yeah.
this guy
you
was
didn't.
so this let's unpack this.
Okay.
This coach was so lazy. First of all, didn't even bother to write his own tests. And then when he found that someone was stealing the answers, didn't even bother to call the parents himself. He just said, "You go home and tell your parents what you did." I said, "Oh, okay, I will." And pretending like I was all upset, but really I was more like inside. I'm like, "Bippity boop 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 boop." So then I go home and proceeded not to tell my parents anything. And then the next day, I went back to school, and he said, "Did you tell your parents what you did?" And I said, Yes, I did, Coach Dumbass." And he said, "It's Dumas. It's Coach
Okay.
Dumas."
There's a commercial like that.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, and he said, "What did your parents say to you?"
Whoa! It seems like his speech got a little worse. He's like, is he going through something? Like, did he have a stroke?
I think he was having an orgasm. It was. I don't really understand. I don't.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Listen.
Oh,
it was a
no.
weird dude. It was weird.
Okay.
What
Okay.
did your parents say?
Oh, okay.
You know
Wow.
how
I'm
when
amazed
Texas
this guy
when-
could.
You remember when Texas coaches would have orgasms and they'd go, "Erk."
No, I don't. I don't remember when Texas coaches would have orgasms.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
remember.
Well, you're not from Texas, so it doesn't matter.
Okay,
Anyway,
yeah.
I thought maybe when you lived in
I
Austin
did
for a
live-
couple of
yeah.
years that you might
I
have
lived
seen
in
a
Austin for-
Texas coach have an orgasm, but it doesn't matter.
All the coaches I hung out with were they were retired.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hung out with a lot of coaches. A lot
Okay.
of them. Yeah.
It's a little offensive. We don't like the R word. We just say they're mentally disabled.
No, retired.
Yeah, okay. All right. Now you're doubling down on the
Okay.
word. On the R word again, I don't like the
yeah.
R word. So why don't you just say
It
they're
just
mentally
means
disabled, and
deciding
we will
not
just
to work anymore. It just means you get older and you just decide not to
because
work
they're
anymore.
mentally disabled, they can't work anymore.
No.
Look,
Retired.
would you stop saying it? Oh God, stop saying the word.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Says the man
so anyway.
who made the series, The Retarded Policeman.
Yeah, that's correct. So anyway, the
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
he said to me, he said, "What did your parents say to you?" And I said, they said, that they were angry, but more than that, they were just really disappointed in me. And he said, "Well, okay, well, let that be. Listen to you, dick. And
I feel like he'd have more energy to have better diction if he wouldn't say so many extra words. You know?
how Texas coaches are.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the end of the story until.
Well, congratulations on not making any jokes about the word diction. By the way, that was good. I'm
And
impressed.
listen, that's
I'm impressed.
you know me. I don't like to go for the opening. You know how
Yeah,
race car drivers, when they get off the track, then they drive home on the freeway, and then they keep going for the opening. So if you
Yeah.
ever get cut off on the freeway, that's just a race car driver. That's just a guy who
okay.
just finished his race. He did like the
Oh.
Indy 500 or whatever, and
Okay.
now he's driving home in his Ford Focus or whatever, and he's just like cutting people off like crazy. You
Sure,
know?
he's a race car driver. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so that was the end of the story until it was open house time. Like a month or so later, all of a sudden the school had an open house and got to take the parents to all the different rooms and see where I do all that. And then I realized, oh shit, if I take my parents to the biology classroom, then Coach Dumbass is going to say, "Hey, did you do?" And I didn't want
Yeah.
him to. I didn't want
your
him.
parents speak that language, and they would know what that means.
I didn't want to get in trouble. So
Yeah.
it was very difficult, but I managed to steer my parents clear of that biology classroom, and we
Nice.
just never end up going in there.
They never found out about this.
They never found out.
You want to tell your mom about this now, or
All right, just a second.
you're gonna tell her right now?
Yeah, hang on a second. Just
Okay.
a
Are you
second.
texting her?
No, I'm calling her.
Oh, you're calling her. Okay. Okay.
Okay, hang on. This is gonna be good.
Oh, hi, Greg.
Hey, Mom. How's it going?
Oh, it's fine. I'm sitting here texting and trying to call and
Okay.
all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
Sometimes I try to call too. It's difficult. Hey, listen, Mom. I wanted to let you know that we're in the middle of recording a podcast, and you are being recorded right now. So you're on a recorded line, as they say.
wow.
So, but I'm doing a podcast, and I told a story about when I did something in high school, and I don't believe I ever told you, and I just wanted to confess this to you, and I wanted to get your honest reaction. I hope you're not too disappointed, but when I was in high school at W.T. White, my biology teacher was a coach. His name was Coach Dumbass, and I believe that was his name. Anyway, he was very lazy, and he used to give us tests where the key was in the back of his teacher's edition of the book. And so in the mornings, I would sneak in, and I would open up the book to the key, and I'd write down all the test answers. And then I would get A's on the tests without studying. And then
You did not.
I did. I did. And then I did. And then I did. And then I really did, Mom. I'm serious. And I'm confessing this to you all these years later. And then one morning he caught me, and someone else gave me up. There was a girl in his class named Adolf Hilter, and I think that was her name. Anyway,
See, that part she's not going to believe, I think.
she gave me up and said it was the tall guy with curly hair, and that was me because I was the only one at school who was tall guy with curly hair. And I got in trouble, and he told me that I needed to go home and tell my parents. So I went home, and I did not tell you and Dad anything. And then the next day, he asked me what you guys said, and I said that you were very disappointed. And then a month or so later, when it was open house night, I steered you clear of the biology class so that you wouldn't meet him. And that's the truth.
Clever of you.
And I guess that's why my life is ruined now, because I cheated in biology class.
Well, you don't know a lot about biology.
And I
didn't realize your life was ruined. Okay.
yeah. Well, Craig, my co-host, is saying into my headphones right now that it's why I don't know a lot about biology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. I'm sure you must have learned from the answers, dear.
Well, I did learn how to correctly steal from a lazy teacher. So do you forgive me?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay.
Oh,
See,
okay.
I should have told you back in high school. That was so easy.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't say I would have forgiven you then.
No, but years later. Yeah. Yeah. Also, when you left me alone in the house that one time, and then I pretended like someone had broken into the backyard and run through the backyard, and then you called the police.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I made that up. Totally made that up.
I figured you did.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
I remember that. You were homesick from school.
Yeah.
And you said it was a man in a
Yeah.
blue shirt.
Yeah.
And
Made
we
the whole
got
thing
the
up.
Police
Yeah.
out. Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, I made that up. Yeah. Also, I had sex with a girlfriend in your bed. Anyway, love you, Mom. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye. Okay. All right.
wow! I'm glad you were able to confess all that. I'm really glad.
It feels really good to.
Yeah.
It feels good to confess these things these secrets that you've held for
Yeah.
years. I want to encourage all of the listeners to
Yeah.
call your parents, let them know all the things that have been weighing down in your brain mind. You don't want
Your
them
brain
to
mind,
weigh your
yes.
brain mind
Yeah.
down.
Yes. What at first when you said, how are you upset with me, or when you said, I don't know what you said. She almost said no at first, and then she said yes, it's okay. So that was a. Whew, I was worried.
It was so exciting.
Grounded.
Can I tell you a secret?
What?
I never had sex with a girlfriend in my mom's bed. I had sex with a girlfriend
just
in
lied.
my brother's bed. So
okay.
I lied to my mom, and I'm going to wait another maybe 40 years before I tell her that I lied about
Wow.
that.
No, this goes to show that the best time to confess about something is many years later.
Yeah,
many.
you wait
Yeah.
wait maybe like 4 decades, and then
Yeah.
confess and apologize.
Yeah, because she seemed to not. She said she would have been upset then, but she isn't now. So,
Exactly. That's
yeah.
how it works.
Yeah.
So this way
Yeah.
you're able to like get it off your chest. You're able to ease your own guilt, and you feel much better about it. And then you can add a new lie on top of that,
Yeah.
And she laughed. She enjoyed
You
it.
didn't have to add a new lie.
But she
That was-
laughed. We ended on a
Well-
big laugh, and then I hung up on her.
Sure, that's true. But you
Yeah.
did lie to your mom. You
Yeah,
lied.
it's okay. Everybody, trust me. Call up your mom, lie to her, and when she laughs, hang up on her. Trust me.
Okay.
It is going to make your life better.
I don't know that everyone has the same relationship with their parents, or the same. It will be the same type of lie. I don't know.
Okay,
I
then
don't-
you know what? Call my mom and confess things. If you don't have a good relationship with your mom,
Oh.
call my mom.
Okay, give out the number.
Her number is 555-555-555-555. So
Okay, what happened to your voice when you said the number?
that's the voice I use when I give numbers out.
Oh, that's why you say letters instead. I think.
That's my numbers voice.
Okay.
This has been This has been a very special episode of Two Guys Talking About Letters. I feel like this is the first time my mom appeared on it. Thank you all for listening to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce.
Lettuce.
Once again, my name is Chadwick Rasmussen.
Talking about lettuce.
And my name is different every time.
Lettuce.
Well, it's been a
talking
pleasure to
about
hang out with you.
lettuce.
Different every time.
Lettuce. Talking about 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 lettuce.